Welcome back to the Headline Roast. It's Thursday, April 10th, 2025. You're this close to Friday, but global headlines aren't letting you coast. Markets are doing backflips. Kay is inspecting nuclear plants. Kanye just Kanye'd harder than anyone thought possible. It's a beautiful, chaotic mess, and you've made the right choice by showing up for it. Subscribe now and join the Roast fam. We roast headlines daily so you can have fun when you commute or sound smart at brunch during awkward elevator silence. Or when your uncle brings up the gold standard again. No paywalls, no clickbait, just straight up satire, weekdays and weekends. Story 1. Wall Street sugar crash after Trump's tariff high yesterday. Wall Street was riding high. Like hug from Beyonce and a tax refund on the same day high? President Trump paused most tariffs for 90 days, and traders celebrated like inflation never happened. The S&P 500 surged 9.5%, its biggest one-day jump since 2008. Lobsters were ordered. Bloomberg terminals were fist-bumped. It was pure euphoria. But today, the sugar crash hit. Markets remember there's still a trade war looming in, that 90 days go by fast. Now the Dow is dropping like a phone with butterfingers. Analysts are whispering correction. Investors are panic texting their wealth managers. And one hedge fund manager was last seen screaming into a Peloton class. Moral of the story? Markets are vibes. And vibes don't last. Story 2. Trump ordered to reverse a deportation mistake. In a plot twist no one expected, the Supreme Court just said, "Hey Trump, go fix your paperwork." Kilmer Abrego Garcia, a Maryland resident, was mistakenly deported to El Salvador. Not because he was undocumented, but because the system was operating on the oops-all bureaucracy setting. Now the court's demanding the government fly him back. Like a glitch in The Sims, but with real-world consequences. Garcia had been here for years, working, paying taxes, being part of the community, and then poof, deported. Even the conservative justices said, yeah, this ain't it. Immigration reform isn't just about walls and borders. It's about not accidentally yeeting your residents across international lines. Wisdom of the day: systems need receipts, not just sound bites. Story 3. Kanye West hijacks the Grammys again. Kanye West just showed up at the 2025 Grammys, looked at the stage and said, "Mine now." He performed a 10-minute set that was part rap, part fashion show, and part TED Talk titled, "Why I'm Always Right." He was joined by wife Bianca Censori, who wore what can only be described as architectural lingerie. The audience oscillated between awe, confusion, and nervous laughter. One camera cut to Taylor Swift, who mouthed, "Not again." It was a mood. Kanye says it was a statement on fame, identity, and divine masculinity. Critics say it was performance art meets manic energy. Internet says 10/10 would meme again. And if you're wondering whether he won anything, nope, but he definitely took something. Like the show, possibly the microphones. Story 4. AI now regulates nuclear plants. Totally fine. Probably. So, the Diablo Canyon nuclear facility in California is now partially regulated by AI. Yes, nuclear energy. With the help of algorithms, AI is now monitoring, modeling, and predicting safety issues. Because nothing says peace of mind like a robot whispering, "I've detected a containment anomaly, Dave." The plant says it's safe. The regulators say it's innovative. And the rest of us are refreshing Chernobyl memes. Critics warn this might be overreach, because AI is smart. But sometimes it confuses stop signs for speed bumps. One engineer said, "We trust the system mostly."
No.
Which is also what people said before Jurassic Park. Sleep tight, everyone. Story 5. Is the AI hype bubble about to burst? You know that thing where everyone says AI is the future? Well, now some analysts are asking, is it too much future? Investment in AI is skyrocketing, but returns not so much. Startups are overpromising, companies are under-delivering, and consumers are like, I just wanted a chatbot, not Skynet's internship program, some experts warn. This could be another dot-com moment, overhype, overfunding, and underperformance, one tech VC said. We're throwing money at AI the way your grandma throws compliments at the neighbor's dog. Wisdom alert. Hype is not the same as value. And sometimes, the future needs to be debugged. Story 6. JPMorgan's redacted roast of Trump's economy. In a move that screams we said something but didn't say it, JPMorgan released a report so redacted it looked like a CIA file. The topic, Trump's economic policies. The tone, fear, with a splash of passive aggression. Insiders say strategists wanted to criticize the chaos of tariff whiplash. But apparently slandering Trump economics is now a high-risk activity like juggling chainsaws while blindfolded. One paragraph was just 3 words and 20 black bars. Wall Street isn't known for subtlety, but suddenly everyone's whispering. One analyst said, "This isn't censorship, it's survival instinct." Others joked. The report read like a Mad Lib. The president's policy is underscore and could lead to underscore and less underscore. This is what happens when finance brothers get scared. They redact the truth and hope no one notices. Spoiler, everyone noticed. Story 7. California's pension funds take a beating. California's public pension funds just lost billions.
How many millions?
Like we might have to delay retirement until the sun explodes kind of losses. The recent market turbulence hit their portfolios harder than a Gen Z existential crisis. Teachers, firefighters, and civil servants are now watching their future turn into a question mark. Meanwhile, fund managers are explaining things with PowerPoint slides and nervous coughing. "We remain confident in our long-term strategy," said one official, now quietly Googling how to sell avocado toast futures. The problem? Too much exposure to volatile sectors? And too much faith in a market that's been mood-swinging like a reality show contestant. Now lawmakers are calling for oversight. Pensioners are calling their accountants. And Gen Z is calling this reason number 73 to never retire. Lesson here. Even the Golden State needs a backup plan. Story 8. Millionaires are ditching London. Like it's a bad date. London lost 11,300 millionaires last year. They didn't die. They just ghosted. Packed their luxury luggage and left. To places like Dubai, Singapore, and a yacht somewhere off Monaco. Reasons, high taxes, tight regulations, and apparently a severe lack of proper tea. Analysts say it'll hurt the luxury housing market, and the city's Michelin-starred oat milk economy may never recover. But average Londoners are unfazed. One pub regular said they never tipped anyway. Another added, "Good riddance, my rent might finally drop below kidney per square foot. The great millionaire exodus is real, but honestly, the working class is just glad they left the Range Rovers behind." Story 9. Treat culture. And fermented vibes take over. 2025 isn't about dieting. It's about treating. Treat culture is in where small indulgences are considered therapy. At artisanal kimchi. Retreat. $18 fermented oat milk. Treat. Random vacation booked at 3 a.m. Emotional stability. People are micro-dowsing joy. Spending big on biodynamic cheese and mud-enhancing chocolate. Nutritionists are confused. Therapists are intrigued. TikTok is flooded with soft living influencers making almond croissants under candlelight. It's wellness but with carbs. It's self-care but with sauce. And honestly, in this economy, a jar of pickles might be cheaper than a therapist anyway. Story 10. MLB considers salary cap ahead of 2026 lockout. Baseball may finally be getting a salary cap, because billionaires fighting millionaires over bat-swinging money? Not a great look in a recession. The league says it's exploring structural reform, which is code for, we don't want a 2026 lockout that makes us look like hockey. Players' union, furious, owners, nervous, fans, mostly confused, asking wait, baseball still exists? Average player salary, $4.5 million. Average stadium beer, $17. And yet, somehow, both sides feel underpaid. If you thought baseball was slow before, wait until you watch a negotiation about arbitration rules for minor league left-handed pitchers. Welcome to America's Pastime, brought to you by Excel spreadsheets. Brain teaser, last episode's answer. Q. What's the only word that ends in Mount A? Dreamt? I dreamt this economy was stable. English strikes again. New brain teaser. Q. What comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, and never in 1,000 years? Hint, It's not a political apology, but it is poetic. That's your April 10th headline roast. Like, comment, subscribe, and maybe ferment something today. If the markets crash, AI explodes, or Kanye interrupts your playlist, just know, somewhere, a redacted economist is crying into a scone. See you tomorrow, Roast Fam.